You get to visualize all this stuff. And the last one, defense. I watch people shadowboxing. I'm very passionate about shadowboxing, okay? And I watch people shadowboxing, and a lot of times it's a one-sided ass whooping, right? they're sitting there, bing, 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 right? And they're just going around, and bing, bing, just kicking ass, and they're not defending, okay? It's so darn important, guys, that when you, did I talk about this already, about creating fight memories? I think I might talk about this in the other class. Did I? Okay. If I'm going to fight with somebody that has 60 fights, all right, what's the instant thing that I think of right off the bat? It's your first fight, and oh, your opponent's got 60 fights. What do you think of right off the bat? A lot more experience. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Good thing, right? You're like, oh shit, this guy's good. I mean, oh, he has experience, respect him. But this guy might totally fucking suck, come from a total jabroni school, but the fact that he has 60 fights gives him instant credibility to a certain degree because you know and I know that the fighting experience helps. But right now, if Marshall has 60 fights right now, at this exact moment, what is it? Is it something that has a certain weight? It's a fucking memory. It's just a memory in his head. Okay? It's quite possible, if you were crazy enough, you could believe you've had 60 fights. Am I right? It's just a memory. So now let me ask you this. Are your training shadowboxing, the way you train shadowboxing right now, is it producing fight memories? For most of us, it's no. For most of us, shadowboxing looks like this. So when I look back tomorrow, and I think back yesterday, I don't think it was a fight. There was mirrors and whatever, and I'm pacing myself, and I'm just throwing only punches everywhere. The goal is to have such an overactive imagination, like a psychopath, right? Like one of these crazy people that think they did whatever they think they did, right? You want to have that overactive imagination when you're shadowboxing, so you see a fight, and that becomes a fight. You can never 100% duplicate the memory of a fight. A fight is a fight. But you can get fucking close. And the closer you get, the more gains that are being made from the shadowboxing. So when you shadowbox, it should always be 100%. Always. Now, if you're a beginner, yes, this has value. Shadowboxing like this has value if you're a beginner because you're working on your technique, you're focusing, it's not. But man, if you've been doing this 3-4 years, it's not doing shit for you. Nothing. Zero. I can do this. Look, I can do this joint all day long for the next 20 hours, and it's not going to get any better. I've already hit the curve with that speed. However, if I do 60 fights, it's going to help me. It helps anybody. So when you're doing that thing, you have to be there, and you have to see this person in front of you. Is he black? Is he white? Is he tall? Is he short? Is he stocky? How are his hands? Is he holding him like a boxer, like a Muay Thai, or more like a brawler? Or is he even daring enough to come out like in a grappling kind of stance? Like what am I seeing here? Are we in a cage? Are we in a boxing ring? Are we in the street? Okay. Is he wearing Speedos? Is he wearing trunks? Like the boxing, the shorts? Like how's he looking? Is he look confident? Does he look like he's going to come at me like a crazy guy? Or does he look more composed? Like, how's he looking? So when I come out, okay, I come in, I feel dry at first contact. When I come again, okay, and now I'm coming at him hard like I would in a real fight. Okay, that is going to help me. If I throw a jab cross like I just did right now, and I do that for the next hour, I'm gaining benefits out of it. Because in my mind, I see this motherfucker. I'm getting mad thinking about it right now. My face is getting hot because I see the guy in front of me, and I'm going to crack him in the face. And that first jab is the most exciting one, just like a real fight. Because you're making that first contact. It's like that, okay, I'm going to go in. Fuck it, I'm going in. Okay? That's how it needs to be every time you're shadowboxing. As an instructor, if you like what I'm talking about, and you teach this to your students, you have to constantly remind them of this. I preach this all the time, and from time to time, I have to stop the shadowboxing and say, stop, 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 stop. And I have to remind them, guys, who's in front of me right now? How does he look? Does he have blood in his face, or do you have blood in your face? What are you going to do about this right now? Get in there, unload. Give me speed, speed, speed. Go, go, go. And all of a sudden they get re-riled up and go back in. Because they're going to try to kick back to the pacing. Get this, get this. An untrained asshole will go into a fight and do what? Go 100% with zero pace. Okay? It takes an experienced fighter and martial artist to learn how to appropriately pace himself in a real fight. Now it's reversed with training. An asshole is an awesome guy at pacing and training. A guy comes up the street, they'll do the minimal amount required to survive a class. Whereas it takes the experienced fighter and martial artist to go all out in the first 5 minutes of a training session. See, because it's a defense mechanism. Your body's trying to save you from going through all this extraneous activity. It's like, why are you doing this? Okay? The only time your body will unleash the dogs of hell and go all out is when? In a real fight, because it feels like its life is on the line. So in other words, it's a safety valve, and it's holding it there. But you want to get that same situation in training, so you build that fight experience. But your body's not stupid. It goes, no, we're not in a real fight. I'm going to pace this guy. We don't need to waste all this energy. So the real experience comes from being able to trick your body into thinking it's in a real fight, so it will release that safety valve, and you can get the real gains of training. So, with these five variables here, the goal is to eventually be able to tell them to change all 5 at once. So, the blocking, I forgot about that, the defense. So, let's say 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Now they're adding defense, right? Slipping, jab, cross, defending here, bang, bang. How many different ways can I teach? Can we do just that? How many different ways can I do 1, 2, 1, 2? Coming forward, standard punch, okay? Standard tempo, standard everything, but now we're changing the defense every time. How many combinations do I have? I want to say thousands. Am I out of line? Shoulder rolling. When did I shoulder roll? After the first punch or after the third punch, right? Slipping, bobbing, weaving, blocking this way, catching. Man, it can go on for days. And we're not changing any of those other variables yet. So in order for your fighters to get advanced enough where they're changing all the variables continuously, it takes work. You first start with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And the way I teach them is with a whistle. Beep, they throw it. Beep, they throw it. And what I tell them is do not repeat the same combo twice unless you absolutely have to. Like if you can't go anymore, you repeat. Other than that, give me a different combo with every blow of the whistle. So creating these fight memories, how does it apply to grappling? Okay, I'm talking to the grapplers now, okay? How does it apply to grappling? Static grappling does not produce any kind of competition memory whatsoever. What do I mean by that? Like when I go, okay, the drill guard passes, and I pass his guard, I back out, I get back in his guard, I pass his guard, I back out, I get back in his guard. That's terrible because it doesn't replicate what it's like in a real situation. Something better would be like I pass his guard, I go for mount, he blocks, replaces guard, now I pass the guard again, I get back out of mount, he oopas me over, now he's passing my guard, and you create these situational, like rolling kind of drills so that it seems more like a real match. Now, at the advanced level, the goal is to drill these sequences with such a ferocious intensity that if you were just to walk in the room and see me and Jason drilling, you would think we're going live until you saw the cycle repeat itself. And you go, oh, shit, they're drilling. That's how hard you want to go. Is it possible? Yeah, of course. You have a scripted sequence of moves. You do it with such a ferocity that if I'm watching for the first time, I think it's real. How tiring is drilling like that? Super, super, super tiring. Ridiculous. Well, I'll give you a good example. You know how tiring it is? Like fighting for real. How tiring is fighting? Shit. Motherfuckers run every day and stuff, and you'll see them gas out in the first 5 minutes of the first round. That's how tiring fighting is. So your goal is to make your training that tiring. Now the big question is this. Oh, damn, Marcos, but if I get that tired in the first 5 minutes, what am I going to do the rest of the hour? Right? And that is what stops people from training the way they should be. It's fear. That's all it is. But let's talk. If Marshall comes into my class right now and gets drop dead tired in the first freaking warm-up or first round of training, what's going to happen to him the rest of the class? Is he going to die? Is he going to get like knocked unconscious, soccer kick style, like what happened to Roger Huerta? That was terrible. Is that going to happen to him in my class? No. What's going to happen is he's going to get beat by a bunch of blue belts that he normally would have been able to beat had he been fresh. And that is enough to make people pace themselves and not get the full benefit of the training because they don't want their beautiful little egos to be messed up by getting tapped by people that they would have beat normally had they had more energy. And that's the real reason why people don't go all out, because they're scared of not being able to complete the class and what people are going to say. They're scared of getting housed by people they should have been housing. That's it. So if you can get through that and realize it's stupid, what matters is who wins. Man, I can tell you right now, there's certain cats, and you know one of them, we had a cool night hanging out with him that one time. He sings a lot, okay? When I went to train with him, he tapped me out like 2 or 3 times. And when it counted, a month or 2 later, I beat the fucking piss out of him, right? Because when I train, I'm going balls to the wall every drill. So by the time I'm getting towards the end of the class, I'm drop dead freaking tired. And a feisty person will tap me out, for sure, if I'm doing things right. If things are going to plan, I should be going to the point of failure. Okay? When you get to the point of failure, an old woman can come and kick your ass. All right? But all the way up to that point, the amount of gains I made throughout the workout are huge. Gains that normally I would not have seen had I paced myself. And like I said, when it counted, I won. Dominant. So what I want to emphasize is the idea and the philosophy of like Dan Gable. I want to work so hard that my goal every day is to work so hard that they got to drag me off the mat. When you get dragged off the mat, how badass are you at the moment? You can't barely do anything. Correct? So the pacing stuff, that's what you're going to save for the actual fight. You're going to pace yourself at the appropriate pace required for the appropriate opponent. Okay? But the pacing does not exist in the training environment. It should be, take it till the wheels come off this thing. How you guys like that so far? Cool. I'll give you one last speech, one last guru thing. Okay? This is about first-time competitors, or even regular competitors. Okay, what makes people nervous about competition? We're really nervous about competition. It's the things like they can't. What creates stress is things you cannot control. Like, for example, give you an example.